Always good to get a win, go. I mean, 6-0. It is a good accomplishment at this point. It really is. I'm proud of the way the guys went out and played. We got some plays when we needed to. Started out fast. Had a good plan of attack. A lot of things in there. Some plays. We played good for 2 or 3 plays, and then we have a 4th down or 3rd down, give up something or have a penalty. I call it. It's some costly penalties. But we had total penalties on here. What, 5 or 6? I don't know. But penalties 6. But golly, 3 of them were in crucial times. 2 3rd downs, 3rd and longs. We had them at PPI, and then holding call down on the right before halftime down in the red area to indicate the touchdown. And then the one on the screenplay in the 4th quarter, 4th one where Harris was out there. I mean, he didn't hear a whistle behind him, but regardless, you get a 15-yarder. So some costly ones there. But excited to come out with a win. Like I say every week, enjoy the win. They're hard to come by. Enjoy tonight, but we'll come in tomorrow and be extremely critical and work to continue to improve. So, any questions?
Chad?
After Haynes' final touchdown run, came over and gave you a hug. Can you share what you said to him into his helmet?
No, I don't even remember. Every time he comes off the field, I have to say something. I mean, it's becoming pretty common now.
It looked a little more. It looked sweeter than usual.
Yeah, it was. What was the play before? It was either a negative play or something. I don't remember exactly what it was before. But Buster called the play. I laughed and said something to the headset, and I was just telling Haynes what I said. So,
But you can't tell us.
I said we're going to score. That was a heck of a run, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kelly?
I know you wanted your team to start faster. Did that go into the decision to go for 2 on the opening touchdown there, or did you see something on film?
Yeah, it was something we saw on film. I was thinking about it during the week. When I met with the coordinators on Thursday, told them that's what I wanted to do. As long as we had certain looks, we wanted to be able to score first. A lot of things went into it. Some things we saw, we wanted to take advantage of it and make it the reward's a lot bigger than the risk at that point in the game. And now you're chasing possessions on the other side. So.
Go.
Coach, really successful day, just on the ground specifically, but Hosley, he comes out and has a career day. He has a career high in carries and in total in yards as well. Just what have you seen from him just in his development as the season's gone on?
Yeah, he's a good football player. He really was when we brought him in. We were short on numbers at that position last year, especially after some injuries took place. And, we probably carried more running backs than most teams. We use them a lot. But it was good to see continue to be productive, continue to improve. He really is improving. We knew he was a good player when we signed him this year. Super productive last year. Offensive player of the year where he was from. And, he's got great balance. Very rarely do you see somebody take his shoes out, his feet out from underneath him. Really good balance. Good vision. It's good to see him continue to be productive.
Rod?
You face another mobile quarterback today. How pleased were you with the pressure your guys were able to put on him and not let him get set up or take off?
He took off a bunch. I was pleased with some of the pressure we got early. Put a couple new packages in defensive front wise for 3rd down. Got some pressure out of it. Got a couple sacks and created some negative plays there. But there was 2 times in the first half. They had read option plays that were actually very similar to things we run. The GT counter to the right, darken the tight end, and, put us in conflict on the edge blitz. But he took off 2 times in the first half, and he had some big runs in the scrambles in the second half. So we got to be better at that. We got to keep him in the pocket. Guys are getting washed out of their lane, the rush lanes. Just do your job. Do your job.
Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, talk about your offensive line, being able to run. You talked about running a lot of counters with them today, a QB counter and things of that nature. How do you feel like they played overall in today's game?
I'll look at the tape and see how they played. A lot of times you might not rush for as many yards as you want to, and it's not all the O-line's fault. You rush for a lot of yards, and it's not always because of the O-line, right? I'm not saying that's the case. But same with quarterback. I mean, it's all of, it takes everybody. It takes all 11 on offense, all 11 on defense. Right? And that's the beauty of this game. One out of 11 doesn't do their job, and you don't have success. So, you know, there's some things we got to improve on though, for sure.
Coach, first time in the against a Power 4 team this year where you guys didn't have to come back from some sort of deficit. Does that change? I guess when you guys start that fast, does that change how you guys kind of move throughout the rest of the game? And how have you seen your team grow in that regard, starting faster and just being able to not have to deal with a comeback like you had the last couple games?
Yeah, I mean, we really do preach no scoreboard, play every play regardless of what happened on the last. Every play's got a history and life of its own. Play the next play. So our guys don't really, and they don't see the scoreboard. They trust in the plan, trust in the way we're going to play the game, to play as long as we possibly can. So now, from my standpoint, yeah, it's good to start out fast like that. But our goal here is to play a complete 60-minute football game, right? And I get it. Football's an imperfect game. We all want perfection in it, right? But we also got to continue to improve. And if we can take things we didn't do well today and improve on them next week and continue to climb that mountain, I think we'll be in a good position as a season moves on.
Coach, I know you talked about the penalties, but to have a game where you don't commit any turnovers by your offense, can you talk about that?
That's what it should be. That's the expectation. That's the expectation. It really is. So.
Garrett. Garrett.
Coach, you had the largest crowd since 2018. Just talk about his fans and what kind of influence they have in this game.
Yeah, and students are awesome. Students are awesome. Huge credit to the administration and the work they've done and how hard they've worked to make sure we have people in those stands. And I cannot thank those guys enough for what they do every single day to give these kids the backdrop they need to go out and play football games. I mean, it's incredible. If anybody knew the work they put in to get people in those seats, it is not an easy thing to just say, hey, we want it sold out every game. And so I can't thank them enough. It helps the team tremendously.
Coach, what actually today about just the tight ends? We've seen them get used out a lot more. I know primarily they block a lot, but Luke Harper had probably one of his better games this season for catches 39 yards. Josh Peter was used a lot, and as well as Brent. Just your thoughts on the performance today?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about I'm crying. It's you guys all see the catches and the cool stuff, right? But it's the dirty work that really makes and breaks at that position. Tight end's not an easy position now. That you got to run the same as the receiver does, block like an O-lineman. All the formations, adjustments, so much of it is on the tight end, the middle part of it before the ball's even snapped. But no, we wanted to make sure that they had a good defensive line, and we wanted to make sure we got the ball out and we got the ball to the sure-handed guys, and there's a couple of really good play designs there. We got one ball batted down that Cypher's running up the seam. That would have been another really big play to one of them. So it's good to see those guys get involved. We need help. We need those guys to continue to do that.
Garrett.
Coach, obviously you're not all the way to where you want to be, but 6-0 for the first time since 2011, only the second time in the last 59 years. You're at bowl eligibility, the fastest in your tenure here as head coach. Is there any sort of reflection that you're going through, just mentally of where you are now, or where you're going to be taking this team?
No, sir. No, sir. Promise it. After 7, I'll reflect on the game and I'll put it on in about an hour when I get to the house. Right, then it's on to the next one.
Coach, another big game from Kyle Ledford today. 6 total tackles, had a sack, tackle for loss, read a route well, almost had a pick there early in the third. He's already established himself as one of the better linebackers in the ACC going into this season. Any comment on how much he's developed over the last few years as a player and what he does for you guys defensively?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a catalyst because of the way he plays the game. How much he loves the game. You talk about no scoreboard, faceless opponent. I promise you, you would walk up to Kyle in the middle of the game and ask him who will play, and he'd have no clue. Right? And he's the epitome of what we want out of a player from a mentality standpoint. Plays every play like it's the last one he's ever going to play. So he's played a lot of football here. Literally, he's been in a lot of big games. I think what he's done this year though is he really understands himself and how he plays, what he's really good at, what he's not as good at. And he plays to those strengths, and he's done a good job. He's all over the place with it.
Kelly?
If you ask him, he'd probably tell you we should have that big back of that. One throwback.
I kind of figured the answer to this, but I'll ask anyways. Amari Harvey, obviously, tough moment for him. Any kind of updates on how he's doing?
He was pissed. He was pissed. He should have picked in the game. That's all he kept screaming and saying on the ground. But no, he was in some pain. But when he got off the field, he's competitive. I grabbed Amari right before that drive, after the last drive where they scored on him. Just told him I was proud of him. There was a lot of talking going on out there, and in the past, the old Amari would have gone back and talked, and he didn't. If one of the officials even came over to the side and said, "Man, what a great job by him," not saying anything back. And I can't tell you how far he's come from that standpoint. How proud I am of him for it.
Coach, 5 for 5 in the red zone today. What is the key to making sure your team is that good once you get in the painted area and to be able to convert?
I wanted to be 5 for 5 with touchdowns. That helps. Obviously, can't control all that, but sport alert. No, I mean that's the name of the game. Score points, right? So the closer you get, and those safeties start coming in there tighter, and there's not as much area to defend. You got to be able to run the ball efficiently down there. You got to be able to throw the ball in tight windows, and we've done a good job of that. We've been really good with our kicking. When we have to kick field goals, get the field goals.
All right, Ken, do you want to wrap us up?
Of course he does.
You said something interesting earlier this week about how this part of the season is to protect what the team's already accomplished. And I think I see it and hear from you, but can you describe maybe just a sense of relief of keeping things going and staying standing?
I talked to the team last night about external noise. And I said I could sit up here and be very naive and say, don't listen, don't pay attention to it, but everybody in this room hears everything that's said. I don't think you can't say it's this day and age. 50 years ago, it was the same way. People are going to pick up the newspaper, they're going to read it. Now it's going to, whether it's Twitter or TV, people walking around, they're going to hear it, they're going to see it. What I told them was not one point before we started this season, in our journey, we say our goal is to be 5-0 this year. Our goal is to be number 13 ranked. Those aren't our goals, so it's all about what they put their attention to, right? And their full attention, they're going to hear things, right? But it's what's internal that they need to put their full attention to. And I think they've done a good job of that, of listening. And so it comes down to trust. They trust what I say to them. They trust what their coaches say to them. And I think these guys do.
Appreciate it, Coach.